secret. At our most prestigious schools and universities, the names at the top of the honour rolls are now all Asian. And the reason is just as obvious. They study far more than their Western classmates. But what's now been revealed in a best-selling book by a Chinese mum is how that achievement is often driven by the extreme expectations of demanding mothers. They call them tiger mums, pushy parents not satisfied with anything but perfect marks. It's tough love, all right, but when you see the results, you just might want to unleash some tiger power on your own kids. It's 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon and school's out. But for these kids in Sydney's West and thousands around the country, the academic day is far from over.
Nice and loud. What was that? Former. Correct. F-O-R.
Their parents are fast-tracking them to success with extra tutoring at coaching college. And it's no coincidence the huge majority come from Chinese families. And you enjoy learning, don't you?
Yes.
What is it about it that you love?
Well, I think it's like you take in new things and you know that someday all this information is going to come in handy and you are going to, like, wow everyone with your awesome knowledge.
C-A-P-R-I-C-I-O-U-S, capricious.
That is correct.
For 11-year-old Leanne Yang, being top of the class means everything. And her hours of extra study and coaching are paying off. She won the highly competitive New South Wales Spelling Bee and topped the state in her age exams.
She likes reading, she studies a lot.
So now we need to practice the number, the one that we are given.
Leanne's an only child, and her mum Amelia, like most Chinese parents, values academic excellence above all else.
No kids like study naturally, but I think the most important thing is for them to know that they have got a responsibility to study. And once kids know that, it's much easier because you don't have to push them because they know this is my job, this is my duty, and I need to carry it out properly before I can have other fun.
If I didn't have to study, but I could still learn things, then no, I probably wouldn't study. But seeing as there's no magical brain pill that automatically gives you 100,000% brain power, then unfortunately. Maybe I'll invent it someday.
Leanne is happy to do her duty. That means an hour of piano practice, then homework, and on top of that, extra study she sets for herself. In this household, the computer and television are not for entertainment, but gathering information. Tell me, what do you consider Chinese parenting?
Well, it's a bit of a stereotype, but they do encourage their children a lot, and they're quite focused on education more than the other areas. So education is foremost, whereas in most Western families, not that I want to be discriminatory, but it seems that they have, of course, they're still interested in their child's education, but not so strict about it.
It's almost a case now where Western kids in schools say, well, I came first if you don't count the Asians.
Okay, now walk, okay, just walk, be careful on the stairs.
Ros Woofers opened her coaching college, the SWAT Shop, 20 years ago and has seen Chinese parenting become a dominant force in Australian schools. Students from immigrant families started to fill her classes more than 10 years ago. The result? They now fill every top school and university in the country.
It's quite extraordinary, and people comment when they look at the HSC results. You just go down the names of the top students, and there's barely an Anglo-Saxon name there anymore. And the best schools, those who are most competitive entry, are just filled with Asians.
How hard do you see the parents pushing their kids?
Very often too hard. The greatest problem really is that Asians in general have scant regard for genetics as a factor of success. And so you do see very often the children simply get berated for not coming first because they say they haven't done enough work.
Do you think they fear failure?
I think, you know, in an Asian family, there is such shame that's brought to bear by somebody who does fail, and that's a problem.
Yale University law professor Amy Chua was the one who lifted the lid on the secret world of Chinese parenting. In a best-selling book, she coined the phrase tiger mums to describe the extreme demands she and other Chinese mothers place on their children. What is a tiger mum?
Well, the way I'm using it, I think it's a mother who conveys very, very high expectations coupled with unconditional love. I think there's something about the culture that, encourages hard work, and there is a real premium on academics. There is a real emphasis on striving for excellence.
And that means sacrifice. Growing up, Amy's 2 daughters were forbidden sleepovers, playdates and television. Study and music practice always came first. And Amy set standards so high, some readers even accused her of cruelty. What about when they make you a homemade birthday card and you throw it back in their face?
They forgot about the birthday, so did my husband and my daughters. They took a piece of paper, folded it in half, made a smiley face, and I looked at it and I said, Lulu, you know what? This isn't good enough. I want a better one. And I hope that's not the message.
But an A- was unacceptable in your household.
It is true. When my daughter comes home with a 96 out of 100, I will say, okay, good job, but can we check out the missing 4 points? Let's improve.
Did you ever come home from school with anything less than an A grade?
Oh yeah, it's happened.
What happened?
Nothing. It wasn't pretty, but it wasn't, I'm alive. So.